Hi, I'm Matt Ludwig, and I'm your Zips Summa Health Student Athlete of the Week. We started off at San Antonio. That was an interesting competition. The winds weren't perfect, but they were good enough for pole vault. I physically was not feeling recovered from nationals yet. It was a bit of a struggle to get moving that day and get things working, but came out, jumped consistently. Being that I physically didn't feel as good as I typically would, I had to over-exaggerate some technical things to make my jump work. And overall, I jumped 18 and went to like 18.6 for attempting to break my facility record, which I own there already, and didn't get it. But it was a fun performance. It was a great introduction to the outdoor setting a bit. And then enjoyed the nice week of training out in Texas. And when Texas Relays came, it was an interesting one. We had we had great tailwinds there. It was really cold for Texas, and it was probably the coldest day of our whole trip. But overall, it was a good performance. I was moving really well. I was jumping on my biggest poles. I was doing some things really well, but on the runway I was a little bit inconsistent. So I ended up jumping 18.6 pretty comfortably with a lot of height on it, and then we just passed all the way up to 19, and I took some shots at that. So it's encouraging, though, to know that the height is always there. It was more an issue of some inconsistencies with depth of the standards and where my peak height was over the bar. But every jump, the height was there for that 19-foot bar again. So we'll get those things dialed in and keep working to the future. Wind is definitely the big one. It can come sideways, from your back, from your front, and when you're carrying it may not notice much at first if you're just running or jumping, but when you're running with a 16.5 long pole in your hands, the slightest kind of like push in either direction kind of messes with your feeling and your comfort trying to come in and plant. But overall, it was a good challenge and a good introduction dealing with some of that adversity again. No venue is ever going to be perfect, and especially when you're outside. And I think dealing with the slight sort of crosswinds that we had was, like I said, a good introduction again to getting back outside and dealing with conditions when they're not perfect and still going out and competing. Overall, it's always nice jumping. I prefer jumping outside as preferred to inside anyways. Get to be out in the weather, preferably in the sun, and hang out and just have a good day with it. So it's exciting. First things first is getting back over another 19-foot bar. I put up 2 in indoors, so now I need to put up as many as I can outdoors. I think that's the primary goal. Sean's record again is still 591, which is 19.4.5. So hopefully one of these meets I'll get a chance to take that bar and get some looks at that. And then I think the collegiate record is 598, which is 19.7 perhaps, something in there. So those are all things kind of on the list, but for now, one step at a time is getting back over 19, because you gotta get through the smaller bars to get to the higher bars. So we'll just keep working our way towards that. Obviously, is our big team goal every year and every season. Our focus is the MAC championships, bring home another title on the men's and women's side, and then nationals after that, looking for the highest placement possible, preferably another championship. So there's a lot to do, there's a lot of work to do, and it'll be exciting to get towards the end of the season. I'm Matt Ludwig, your Zips Summa Health Student Athlete of the Week.